It's honey harvest time. I didn't get a lot of honey, but I did get a little bit. And just to follow through on documenting my first year experience, I'll go ahead and go through the whole process of extracting what little bit I have. It's not uncommon to get a small harvest in your first year. When I first hived these bees back in May, they were busy for that first month just building honeycombs, so we didn't get the benefit of a whole year of a whole season of foraging, nor did the colony come to its maximum potential. But I did get a little bit, and so let's go ahead and go through extracting it. I let the honey super sit inside for a week to ensure that any excess moisture evaporated off of the honey. This is the uncapping tank. It's a container to capture the wax caps, and as you slice them off the comb, it's a two-tank system, so as you cut off the comb, the honey will drip through a strain into the bottom, and there's a honey gate on it, so you can drain out any honey that falls in there. This is the uncapping knife and the uncapping fork. The wax cappings form an airtight seal on the cells, and these cappings must be removed to get at the honey. This is a honey extractor. It spins honey out of the combs using centrifugal force. These are the honey strainers. The honey has to be strained before you can bottle it. You have to remove the bits of wax, and pupa larvae, and yes, the occasional dead bee. I have three filters here. They're each of a finer mesh. The first one's 200 micron, very fine. Then there's a 400 micron and up to a 600 micron, which is very coarse. These fit over the 5-gallon bottling bucket, and it's made of a food-grade plastic. Has a honey gate on the bottom to make it easy to pour it into the bottles. Well, my frames aren't all that completely full of honey, but like I said, I'm going to go ahead and just follow through here and extract things. So I'm going to go with a downward motion here and cut off the caps. You don't want to damage these cells too much. It just causes the bees to do that much more work rebuilding them. So now you use, after I cut off the caps with the hot knife, I'll use the fork to remove the low-lying spots and those other hard-to-reach places. Again, being fairly careful to not do too much damage to these cells. Maybe next year I'm going to have a much better harvest. Let's get the other side. You can taste this. I've been waiting all year. Oh man, that's good. So after I uncap them, then I stick them in the radial extractor here. There's a right way to put them. The frame, the upper frame has to go to the outside. I'll show you a close-up of this, but they fit in this is a 6-frame extractor, so I'll be able to put 6 frames in here. And I guess I'll do that 20 more times. That's not a very deep frame, so I'll have to do this mostly with my fork. That's not a bad way to do it, though. It's, you know, damage the combs too much, and with the few frames I have, you could do them all with a fork. It wouldn't be a problem if you don't want to spend the money on a knife. I imagine if you have a lot of hives, you just want to use a knife for as much as you could, because as you can see, it was just much faster. It smells great too. When we get a smell-o-vision YouTube, then you could experience just the wonderful smell here. So this is the radial extractor. The frames, the honey in the frames is extracted from both sides simultaneously. This is a much easier type of extractor to use than the tangential ones. Those you have to actually flip the frames around, extract one side and the other, and it ends up damaging the combs. With with this type of radial extractor, the combs aren't damaged at all. I'll start spinning it up. I'll go slow at first, speed it up. Just keep spinning it, I guess, till all the honey's out of the combs. So it's time to strain the honey. I've put on 2 of the filters, the coarse 600 micron and the fine 200 micron. So it's going to go right into this bottling bucket, and I'll be able to bottle it straight from the bottling bucket. So I'm going to open up the honey gate, and let's see what kind of honey comes out of here. That looks good. Nice amber color. Well, the honey's finished straining, and I filled about 1/3 of this 5-gallon bucket, which is about 20 pounds of honey. So it's time to start bottling it. Okay, just open up the honey gate and fill it up. I've got about 20 of these bottles. I don't know how many it's going to take. You can pasteurize this honey if you'd like. It's usually not recommended because you'll change the flavor, but you would slowly heat it to about 140 degrees and keep heating it for 30 minutes and pour it immediately into sterile jars, and it would be pasteurized. Well, there's my first year's harvest. Taking into account the cost of the bees, the hive, the extraction equipment, the books, I know now where the term liquid gold comes from. Thanks for watching my videos. It's been a great experience. Bees are amazing creatures, and I recommend beekeeping to everyone. I've had such a great experience. In fact, here's my second hive, and that's what it looks like unassembled. And I'll have it ready for next spring. I'll be doubling my production. So let's hope the hive survives the winter, and I'll see you all in the spring. Take care.